Do you know how much a guy has to hate you and despise you for him to see you doing good? You moved on, you got your glow back, you're not texting him, you're not bothering him, and it bothers him so bad that he wants to ruin your healing process by texting you and calling you. He doesn't miss you. He's not thinking about all the ways to make it right again. He's not thinking about how good of a woman you were. He hates you. He despises you. Because if he truly liked you, he would give you the space and time to move on. But because he hates you so much, because he despises you so much, he won't even give you that. He feels like he's entitled to your time. He feels like you don't deserve to be happy. He feels like you don't deserve to live a good life. He feels like you don't deserve to feel worthy. And he will do everything in his power to make sure that you don't feel that, so he's reaching back out again. Don't fall for it.
So hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So bear with me today. I'm not using my mic, I'm just doing a straight voiceover, but I have to get this video out. So today we are doing a video about when he hates you. Have you ever dated a guy who hated your guts? I'm sure we all have. Myself, I have, and I'll be giving my personal take at the end of the video. You're not ready for this right here. So anyway, ladies, I wanted to also tell you I'll be getting back to doing videos, but for now, let's just bear with these voiceovers. But I'll be back very soon, like sooner than you expect. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump right in.
The part they don't tell you about getting a good man is this. You're going to come to the realization that none of them, I mean none of those men ever really liked you. They might have been infatuated by you. They might have liked to canoodle with you. They might have even liked how you looked, but actually liked you? No sirskis. And then on top of that, now you have to unlearn a lot of your behaviors because you've been on guard so long waiting for the other shoe to drop, and this man is not on that. So you can't treat him like that. You bring up an issue, and normally you're used to having to just talk it out and that man just listening to you, sitting by, watching you struggle. You bring your issue to a man that like you. Oh, what can we do? How are we fixing it? Instead of constantly trying to hint at what you need, this man is already getting it done for you. Yeah. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Ta-da!
You know, I really gave this some thought. You definitely want to be the ex that nigga hates. You want to be the ex that he talks trash about to every fucking body. You want to be that bitch. Because all that means is you was the bitch that he could never control. You was the bitch he tried to break and he failed miserably. You was the bitch that got away. All the others kept going back because they're fucking stupid. You was the bitch that wasn't fazed by all the negative shit he had to say about you in the streets. You know, he said your coochie smelled. He said your cooking is terrible. He said your house was dirty. He said you're a terrible mother. He said you're a hoe. He said you're a cheater. He said you're a backstabber. He said you fucked all your coworkers. He said he can't trust you, bitch. He said he's the reason that you're famous and successful. That nigga got so much shit to say about you when he running your name into the dirt in the streets. Because you was smart enough to get the fuck away from him and never look back. Oh, by the way, he also told everybody that he could have you anytime he wanted to. If he whistled, you would come back. No, the fuck you did not go back. So now he looks stupid for telling that motherfucking lie. Because you left his ass 2 years ago and you ain't looked back. And he is checking. And his family is checking. And his bitches are checking. You still ain't went back. They all stalking your social media because of him. Because you got him looking like a fucking fool after he told everybody he could have you anytime he fucking want. Dumbass nigga. He hates your ass because he can't control you. He hates your ass because you're not gullible, dumb, and weak like all his exes. You're just not that girl that he wants you to be. You're not a weak bitch like his mama. He hates that shit. Let me tell you something. Let him talk all the shit in the world. See, me personally, all my exes, bitch, I'll be sitting up laughing. I hope they tear my motherfucking name in the ground. Bitch, I don't care if the niggas call me crazy, psycho, bitter, Yada, 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 miserable. Bitch, I got the fuck out. I'm winning. I'm a household name. My name rings bells internationally. I'm known. Celebrities are all in my comments. They follow my content. I'm somebody, bitch. Why would I lower myself or give a fuck about a weak nigga who couldn't tame me or control me, and he's mad about it? He's supposed to hate you and talk shit about you. You outsmarted him. Be proud of yourself, girl. Wear that shit like a badge.
When this man tried to downplay my motherfucking master's degree, that shit turned me off all the fucking way. He was talking about something, and I had said something about, while I'm talking to you, Y-O-U. He said, oh, I'm surprised you can spell. I said, well, damn, don't drop dead, Fred, when you find out I can get my fucking master's. He said, oh, they must be giving it out to anybody. I said, if they give it out to anybody, then why don't you have one yet? He said, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I'm not like you. I can't afford that. I said, well, clearly they're not giving it to any and every fucking body because it's not in everybody's tax bracket, correct? It's from what you saying. Like, I don't know about y'all, but playing with my motherfucking achievements, making it seem like what I'm achieving is fucking easy and everybody can fucking do it. No, I do not think everybody can get their master's in fucking biology. No, I do not think a lot of people know how to name and fucking draw amino acids. So I'm sorry if that's something I'm not gonna let you fucking play with me about. So the last thing I'm gonna let anybody do is play me about a motherfucking degree that you bitches couldn't even possibly spell. Okay? Okay. Just saying.
Let's talk about the when your boyfriend starts to hate you trend I've been seeing on here lately. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you may have experienced the feeling when you sense that your boyfriend just hates you, or maybe you start hating your boyfriend. And yes, of course, relationships change over time, but I swear it's the little things that matter the most. It's all in the fine details. Because I have been in this position myself where I have overstayed a long-term relationship way past its expiration date, so I can quickly sense it in other couples, and it's usually a ticking time bomb. It's like the kiss of death. The honeymoon phase is gone, and then you realize you guys aren't even friends. It's like you both just start to get on each other for the littlest things, and you're usually only still together because it's easier than just breaking up. I saw one girl on here talk about her experience, and I can't remember the original creator, I'm so sorry, but she said she knew that it was over when her boyfriend stopped letting her put her cold toes on him. And it is always those little details. You stop cuddling on the couch. You argue about what to watch on TV. You might stop sleeping together, or it turns into more of like a chore. And you both know exactly what to do or say to get under that person's skin. Long-term relationships are rarely as happy as you think because most couples never experience just being friends first. So they have no idea what to expect once the love and passion fades, and that is like a make or break partner relationship. Because most people are together for the wrong reasons, they just don't know it. Like, you're dating someone because they make you feel good or because you make them feel good, but on paper, do you guys make sense being together? Do you have things in common? Do you have shared interests besides just being attracted to each other? These couples will realize they have nothing in common, so there's no solid foundation to fall back on. And then they are stuck just wasting each other's time. Meanwhile, one of them, or even both of them, have already emotionally checked out of their relationship. And usually this stage is where cheating is more likely to happen if you don't break up or you don't communicate exactly what's going on and try to fix it. So if you're at the point in your relationship where you're sensing that things are dead or they're feeling hopeless and there's no love there anymore, you need to be honest with yourself. Is it fixable? Do you even want to fix it? I think a lot of times it's easier to just start over with someone new, especially if you are lucky enough to not be tied to this person through marriage or having kids together. Consider yourself lucky if you aren't tied to someone with those type of things and you're feeling this way. If it feels like nothing you guys are doing is making it work, get out as early as possible, because the longer you are together, the harder it's going to be to break up eventually. And no, progressing the relationship to the next level, whatever that may be, is not going to fix things. It will only make things worse. Trust me. Y'all got to stop lying to yourselves because you are breaking your own heart.
So let me tell y'all about the time I dated a guy who hated me. This was like back in 2019, and I was dating a guy who was a bit younger than me, roughly 5 years younger to be exact. Well, after we had been dating for a while, I let him move in with me. I know, bad decision on my part. But I had let him stay with me, and prior to all of that, he had introduced me to all of his friends. Well, when his friends first met me, they thought that I was very beautiful. They thought I was very smart and strong and wise and all kinds of great things. But I noticed that anytime I would try to accept a compliment, he'll be like, "Oh, I already said it for you." Or if I was in their presence and they gave me a compliment, he never looked happy, like he wasn't proud at the fact that they were complimenting me. I don't know, I guess he thought they were trying to get with me or something. I don't know. But anytime something exciting happened, or if I accomplished something, or I would tell him about something I was passionate about, he just seemed like he didn't care. And he would say, "Oh, that's good," but it was never genuine. But one thing I noticed was throughout our relationship, he always tried to do things to humble me. I noticed that he would say things like, "Okay, simmer down, simmer down." I would love to dress nice anywhere I went. So if we were going somewhere, even to the gas station, he would be like, "Just wear what you have on." I would have on like a pair of pajamas and a shirt with no bra. And when I tell you, he would hate it when I would be like, "Hey, let me put on something more presentable." He'll be like, "No, just go the way you are." And he would even insist on me getting out of the car. Anybody who knows me personally, you know that I don't like going anywhere looking like just anything. I don't have to always be a Barbie, but I want to at least look presentable. But it seemed like he was always trying to make me look bad. So when we eventually broke up, I started to look back on those moments and be like, you know what? I'm grateful that this is over. So if you're a guy or a girl or whatever, and you have a partner that's always trying to humble you, they don't like you. Heck, they may even be secretly jealous. Who knows? But if they are like that, run.
A man who makes your life harder than it was before he walked into it probably hates you. There are no masculine men out there who want to make the lives of the women that they love harder than it needs to be. If he's abusive and talking down on you, he probably hates you. If he's a financial burden and plays video games all day,
How I found out that the boy that I was talking to hated my existence. Just like anybody else, there was the honeymoon phase. Of course, everything was good, everything was nice, and then the 2 to 3 week mark came. First of all, he will always bail on our plans, and when he bails on our plans, he will tell me at the lastest minute possible. Yes, I said lastest. I need you people to understand. I'm already fully dressed, makeup done, hair done, looking nice, smelling good, and I'll get a call. I don't even get a call. I'm tripping. I have to reach out at the last second, like, "Hey, like, what time are you gonna be on the way?" And then this is his response: "Oh, we're not going no more. Oh, that's dead. You need to die. You're dead." Now, when he cancels, he doesn't try to make it up, or even tell me the reason why he canceled. Number two, he never really initiated anything. And even if he initiates something, it will probably be to come to his house, which is, there's no problem with it, but like sometimes when he bails on me, I'm like, okay, you know what, I can come over and we can just chill, you know, on some chill-ish. Like, I don't require too much. Now that I think about it, maybe that was the plan, because he don't want to spend money outside when he take me out. Yay. Oh my God. Another reason why I knew that he hated me is because he never really celebrated my successes for real, for real. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't I leave? I will tell you exactly why. I want to tell you guys, this man was my type to the T. I'm talking to the T. My type. So he was honestly just giving eye candy, you know what I mean? Which is shallow, yes, I understand, but like the first few weeks we started talking, he was not acting like this at all. Let me tell you guys how we started. The first few weeks, I was his lock screen, we were going to sleep on the phone, everything. I was love bomb. Oh, bomb me, but one lighter, oh, bomb me. Oh, bomb me. Like, this man became cold-hearted. I know some of you in the comments are probably going to be like, "Oh, but why did you leave from the beginning?" Yo, he was never like that. Now, I'm not going to act like a saint. When he did piss me off and cancel our plans, I definitely made plans with somebody else the next day, and I did not care. Because the canceling thing was back to back to back. Every single weekend, he would cancel on me. I couldn't take it anymore. And then we ended up getting into an argument one day, and he really opened his mouth to verbally tell me that he hates me. And then I was like, I knew it. Yeah, guys, that's really how I found out that the boy I was talking to hated me. I feel like I left out some more detail, but like, maybe when I find my journal, I'll be able to tell the story properly. But I was just like, let me just give you a little bit of tea. If you want to see more of this, go ahead and follow me. Yeah.
I think the most dangerous person you can have around you is a person who has secret animosity towards you. Like, what's that in your heart? To be able to have that much ill will towards somebody, to be able to have that much hate or that much jealousy towards someone. And a person who has animosity towards you, this is what my problem is with people like this, because they give the most backhanded compliments, they give the most backhanded congratulations, and you just never really know what their heart's intent actually is, because most times it's not pure. And my thing is, this is what runs me insane. This is so weird to me. Like, if you failed, that person would be able to sleep good at night. If something happened to you, they would probably silently celebrate your downfall or your failure. That secret animosity is devious. They're waiting for you to fail. What makes it even more dangerous is that the person who has secret animosity towards you will usually try to get close to you. They will usually try to pretend that they're your friend. They'll have that dagger just waiting to stab you in your back, waiting to see you fail, waiting to corrupt whatever it is that you built. And that's sad. That's that blow you never see coming. You never see it coming. I don't understand it. There's too much love in this world to receive, and it's too much love to give. If you just hate a person simply because they're successful, or because they have something great about themselves, or they have a gift, or you see their value, if you just simply hate a person for that, like they ain't did nothing to you, that screams self-hate. That screams self-loathe. Because there's no way.
So I was sent a video of a man being interviewed on a podcast. And truthfully, I'm sure I can stop right there. And you already know where this is going. But this man talks about how he broke up with his girlfriend while she was getting ready for the Miss America pageant. He goes on to say that she was throwing up and then she was crying on the floor in front of him. And he says the reason why he did it was because he was trying to be a good guy. And he said eventually, she went on a cruise and she met this guy that was one of the most handsome men that he's ever seen. The man was like some big athlete. And he was like, so she went on to be happy. She ended up marrying that man 5 years later. And he was like, that guy, her meeting that guy was just enough to peel her away from me. The hubris, the self-aggrandizing of this man was nauseating. To find a way to position himself as a hero in a story where he is clearly the villain is just beyond me. You broke up with this woman while she's getting ready for the Miss America pageant, and somehow you're the victim? The reason why I'm making this video is because you got to be careful, ladies, because sometimes you could be sleeping with the enemy. Sometimes your biggest hater is the man that's sharing your bed. Some men cannot stand to see you celebrated, cannot stand the idea of you achieving some level of success that eclipses where they are in life. Because he goes on in his story to talk about how he wasn't where he wanted to be in life, but years later he started a business and everything like that. But he's like, I'm glad I let her go because she was able to find happiness. No thanks to you. The people who break up with you the day before your final always want to start a fight with you on or near your birthday, on or near the day that you are trying out for some big job or going to an interview. Some people cannot stand the idea of the spotlight being on you, and they will sabotage your success. I'm going to need him to stop telling that story and to stop telling it in a way that makes himself feel better. You broke up with her when she was at her peak. Because whatever he broke up with her for, I'm sure it was probably an issue weeks ago or months ago. But no, you saw that moment, and the pettiness in you made you say, nah, this is the time I want to do it right now. Right when she's her happiest. Some men love to see you knock down a couple of pegs. You don't want your hater to be your own man. If he can't stand celebrating you, if he can't stand when the spotlight's on you, if he can't stand the fact that you seem to be elevating at a faster or higher pace than him, you need to beware of that guy because he will sabotage your success. Some men are with you, but they don't really like you, not like you like that, because they cannot stand to wish you well. Beware of men who cannot stand to see you celebrated.
Listen to me, if you have sex with men, if you are a heterosexual woman or bisexual woman, and you have sex.
So I had a friend whose boyfriend literally hated her, and for some reason she did not know. But I knew before she did, and here's how. So one night we went to the club, and I remember after the club was over, he had a section all the way on the other side of the club with his friends, and we had our own section. So we were kind of on the opposite ends of the club, no biggie. But he was all right there. So at the end of the club, we're leaving, and She's texting him, but I can see him from a distance get in his car and pull off. Me and him make eye contact. So we're texting him like, hey, where did you go? He said, hey, yeah, call a Uber. I have to make a business run real fast. Didn't say, hey, babe, I'm doing this. Didn't do any of that. And right there, then I knew. I said, he does not like you. She didn't believe me, stayed, and guess what happened? He moved a girl in on her.
He's nonchalant because he doesn't actually like you. He leaves you undelivered because he doesn't actually like you. There's a girl on his phone who never has to text him first, and he finally texts you when she doesn't text him back. He knows how you deserve to be treated, and he'd be doing it if he actually wanted you. He knows how to communicate consistently, and he'd be doing it if he wanted to talk to you. He's not taking you out on dates because he's already getting all the access he wants, so he feels no incentive to. And he's not coming back because he misses you. It's because he knows he'll still have access. And by the way, he'll keep losing respect for you. My love, this is your sign to move on from this man. Save this and listen on repeat. I love you and you deserve better.
If you're a woman with low self-esteem and you are like a partnership-oriented person and you keep finding yourself in relationships where like the guy is just making you feel like shit, I want you to be careful of the microaggressions and like secret hatred that some of these men will have while dating you or sleeping with you. It took me a long time to figure out because like why would you date someone or sleep with someone that you like act like you hate in all of your other actions? And it's because I'm realizing more and more that especially straight men who like don't self-reflect and aren't held accountable that much, they will take whatever they can. So they can know like probably on a soul level and like that you're like too good of a person for them. But they're also seeing these like vulnerabilities that they're able to manipulate and you needing emotional care, you needing things from them because, you know, reciprocation becomes too much for them. And also sometimes they just really don't like your personality, like they're just miserable and don't like themselves. So then they get with like women that they're sometimes jealous of and they just treat women like shit. And so it's in subtle behavior, you know, making fun of you all the time when it comes to your looks, never supportive. There's like an imbalance of like how much they're mean to you compared to like how uplifting they are to you. They don't see you. It's like you're invisible. Even when you're with them, they're seeing right past you. They're thinking about something else. They're never interested in what you have to say or bring up. They don't really know you as a person. So when that is happening, let them go. The sooner the better because they don't care and they won't care. If you leave the door open, they will walk through that. And I always think people who move that way, like when they're 50 in their 60s and their 70s, like they're gonna be alone. Or they're gonna be with people like them. Or unfortunately use another person. So get yourself out of that cycle.
Have you ever dated someone that hates you? Could it like...
Here goes another one given Dasi. So I had a crush on this political figure. I know this guy really hated me. My ex. No ways. So I had a crush on this political figure. You know, political figures are like celebrities. You know that nothing will ever come out of that whatever crush that you have. Literally nothing. So now it's games nights. Me and my friends are chilling. We're playing games, playing Monopoly. We are drinking our asses out. It's nice. I then tell this particular friend, I'm like, oh my God, I have a crush on this person. Look at him. You know, now I just go to Instagram. I just check out his pictures. I'm like, look at him. Oh my God. You know? I'm cool. Like, games nights is still nice. Yeah, pale. Next morning, my boyfriend is like, where are you? I'm like, I'm on my way to campus. He's like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm like, no, I'm not staying on campus. I'm going somewhere. He's like, no, I'll drop you wherever you're going. I'm like, okay, this must be serious. So he gets to campus. He's at the parking. He's like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm coming. I get there. He's off. Energy is off. He's like, who's so and so and so? Asking about the political figure guy. So I'm like, oh, that's a person who belongs to this organization. Sure, that's what I said. And knowing the type of person that he is, I'd never say, oh my God, that's a person I have a crush on. Obviously, out of respect, I wouldn't. He's like, what's going on between the two of you guys? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? Because there's nothing going on. How would I even gain access to this person? Come on, there is really nothing going on. Mind you, the person that's asking how he found out about my conversation with my friend is that he was dating my friend so that he can keep tracks on me. So during their pillow talk, I guess he would want to find out what is Nomi doing if she's not with me, what are her ins and outs, what is what. So the friend then told him during their pillow talk while they were smashing that Nomi's doing what. So you can imagine he is so insecure because he knows what he's doing. So while we're talking in the car, he literally took my phone and smashed it on the ground. So the first iPhone 11 I had, he smashed it on the ground. Guys, I saw my wallpaper doing this sweet. He literally opened his door because we were sitting in the car. Opened his door, took my phone and crashed it on the floor. And now, obviously, I'm not reachable to my family. I talk to my family every day. I'm not reachable in any way. I am so depressed. I'm in my room. I have so much anxiety because I'm wondering where this guy gets all the information. Did it not just rock up with flowers as if nothing happened? Did it not just... It was as if I'm crazy. It was like he was literally gaslighting me to the deepest level.
So for those of you that know my story, buckle up, I have an update. And for those of you that don't know my story, buckle up because I got a story for you. So long story short, for whoever doesn't know, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me and got the girl pregnant that he cheated on me with. And I didn't find out until she was like 4 months pregnant and we were still dating. We, of course, broke up though. So recently, as in this morning, I found something else out. And you know, like when you're going through a breakup and new things just keep coming up throughout however long you're broken up. For me, it's been 9 months and I am still finding things out, which is literally terrible. So to cut to the chase here, last year, him and I went to Spain. This was his idea. He invited me to come there because he was there doing some work and he literally flew me out there. Come to find out this morning, he had this other girl there in Spain right before I got there. So of course I'm sitting here like bamboozled because I'm like, what? So we were basically like taking turns. Like she left and I flew in. I literally don't know whether to like laugh or cry. There is a very special seat in hell for this man. Like I knew things were bad, but like I really didn't think they could keep getting worse. I just personally don't understand how a human being could do these things to somebody that they claim they love and want to spend their life with and just not have remorse. Like, I'm not even sad about it anymore because I've just accepted this is just who he is. But it definitely still messes with my head because I'm like, how? Like, how did we end up here? How did I not see all of this? How was I missing this? And mind you, Spain was like one of my favorite places I've ever visited. Like I loved it so much, I literally wanted to move there. And he completely just ruined that for me. Like literally had another girl there less than a week before I got there. I just personally feel so taken advantage of by somebody that I obviously loved and cared about. And it literally makes me sick.
I saw a person earlier on where a guy was saying, like, if you want to know if a man hates you, see if he'll ruin your birthday. Like, a man who hates you will ruin your birthday. And I was just like, oh my God, yes, because that exact thing happened to me. So, long story short, I was in a 7-year on and off again relationship. I was younger and dumber. I was like just hopelessly in love and believed that I could love someone out of a bad space. I couldn't. But anyways, and he had a history of just not showing up to social events. I went out by myself a lot of the time. So the night before my birthday, he agreed to come out with me and a few of my friends. And I was so excited. So we went to a club. The club was not like a vibe. I wanted to go to another club. So I messaged the DJ at the club I wanted to go to. And this DJ had flirted with me in the past, but I had shut it down. My boyfriend at the time knew that I wasn't into this guy, but he also knew that this guy was trying his luck, but I was a loyal girlfriend. Anyway, so I messaged him, asked him if the club is open because he DJ'd there. He said, yeah, we're open, but don't bring your boyfriend. That was his reply. And there was nothing else in our chat before that. Like literally, that was the one message he sent, unprovoked, and my boyfriend just happened to be over my shoulder reading the message. And he completely lost it. He wouldn't listen to me, he wouldn't talk to me, he was ignoring me, throwing a tantrum in the club. So anyways, the night goes on, he doesn't talk to me for the rest of the night. We eventually go home. He's supposed to sleep by me so that the next morning we can spend my birthday morning together. And at like 4 a.m. in the night, he's like, you know what, I actually want to go home, let me out. So I had to get out of bed and let him out of my house. And he left, and I basically was standing outside my house crying, sobbing, because he just left, didn't come back. And then he didn't answer his phone, didn't respond to any of my texts, ignored me for the entire day of my actual birthday. Eventually we were meant to meet friends, and I was so excited that he was gonna come because he had promised he'd come out. Like, I made sure that he was free, and he just didn't show up. And all my friends knew he was supposed to be there, and they kept asking where he was, and I had to keep making excuses. It was horrible. And then the next day, like, finally responded, and he kind of was just like, oh, so we're done now, which should have been like, I should have just said yes, you know, we are done. But silly old me was like, oh no, I think we can talk about it. It was a shit thing that you did, but like, come on. Long story short, we did end up breaking up a month later. This time I broke up with him. All the other breakups before, he had broken up with me, but that was my final straw, I think. And he thought it was going to be another on again, off again situation. It wasn't. I was so done. Broke up with him. A month after I broke up with him, I got on a plane, went to Europe for a Euro trip. And when I came back, I started dating my husband. And yeah, long story short, if he wanted to, he would. And if a man ruins your birthday, that is not your man. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that for anyone who's in a shitty on again, off again relationship. Leave. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Do you think that a narcissist actually wants you feeling good about yourself? Do you think they want your confidence high, your self-esteem through the roof? You think that person wants you to realize you got love outside of them? No. This is why somebody wants to break you down, because if they break you down, how can you go? If they isolate you from all of your self-support system, who can uplift you? You think that person wants you to have power of will, autonomy in your life? Some sort of sense of independence? Hell no. This person wants you relying on them and only them, because if you depend on them, you can't leave despite how horribly they treat you. Some men want to lower the bar in your life. They want calling you unfit, calling you stupid, fat, calling you out your name, telling you nobody else will want you. They want that to be your baseline. You know why? Because the very moment he bring you flowers, you feel like it's your anniversary. A lot of you guys think men, all men, want their women feeling good about themselves. Oh, hell the no.
You or that you like something and he belittles it or ignores it completely, he hates you. It's not a
and he'll stay with you. He hates you and he'll stay with you. I think so many women get it so fucking twisted if they think that if a man no longer likes you, that he'll just break up with you. False. A man could literally hate your fucking guts. He could hate the air you breathe and he will still stay with you. Right, Robert? Why, you might ask? Why would a man stay with you if he hates you? Because he's getting something from you just by your presence in his life. He's getting something of value from you. You don't have to be particularly pretty. You don't have to be particularly smart. You don't have to have a lot of money. Like, you do not have to be a catch in any way. You don't even have to be doing him and he'll still stay. Because men get a status symbol. There is a status symbol in being able to have a girlfriend and keep a girlfriend. Now, it's all sprinkles on the top if you are cute, if you have a good personality, if you have a good sense of humor, you know, etc., etc. That's all bonus points. But especially if you live with that man, you don't even realize how much unseen, invisible labor you are providing. And even if you are splitting things totally evenly, he gets a status bump just by having a girlfriend, just by having a wife. So he will stay with you until he can find something better. And if he knows that he's never going to be able to find anyone better, that's at that point he will start making you think
you can't find anyone better. And then you'll both just be miserable together forever. Shit, I've seen men who hate the girl that they're with and they propose to her. It's crazy.
If you are out walking somewhere with your man and he routinely doesn't wait for you, doesn't slow down, and always walks ahead of you, I can tell you from experience, that man hates your guts. Men are naturally just wired to be protectors, right? Well, I mean, they used to be. They all want princess treatment now. Anyway, so if he's quite happy to just pay you no mind and leave you in his dust every time you're out together, it says a lot. It says that he doesn't really care about your whereabouts, doesn't care about your safety. He's just not thinking about you or where you're at, or if you even made it across the street alive. He don't give a ras. And I mean, if he sees you struggling to keep up and he just carries on doing up track star anyway, listen. He wants you dead. Yeah, if your man has zero natural inclination to protect you and to look out for you just on a day-to-day, it's not looking good, bruv. I know it probably sounds kind of extreme to link the two things together, but honestly, what I have learned, when a guy doesn't really care, doesn't really like you that much, it will trickle down to so many different areas, even subconsciously. I mean, you probably wouldn't think where a guy chooses to walk could be an indicator of how he feels about you, but it really is. I used to date this guy who would always speed ahead and just leave me walking by myself. Tell me it was because I was too slow and I just needed to keep up. But when we would go out with his friends' girlfriends, he would happily hang back and walk with the girls who were struggling in their heels. He just did not rate me at all. Oh, also, him walking ahead of you all the time actually could mean that he's embarrassed to be seen with you in public. So he's trying to walk as far away from you as possible. So yeah, there's also that. Anyway, girl, let me know if a guy's ever done this to you or if you even knew it was a thing. And I'll call you back soon for some more girl chat.
So let me go ahead and tell you about a time when I dated this guy that really hated me and still does. So I remember we were in a 5-year relationship and this guy did anything possible to make my life hard, whether it was emotionally, mentally, physically. This guy always made my life hard. He still does because we have a child together. But it was on another level. So let me share with you a specific day. You see how in the videos the ladies say if a man hates you, he'll ruin a birthday. For me, it was my graduation day. Mind you, I had waited for this day for 6 good years. But let me tell you what happened on that specific day. So anyway, at that time we are like on and off. Like at that time is when things really got heated up. We were going through a breakup. And it was really bad. So let me go back a little bit. 1 month before then, or 2 months before that day, I actually traveled to another part of Kenya to the university I was to like make sure everything is okay. I'm on the list, like all that. So he insisted to go with me. And while we were there, this guy made my life a fucking nightmare. I remember one day insisting on him, like, you have to go back to Nairobi. You have to go back. Like, we can't be here. Like, we're not on a healthy level anymore. Like, we can't relate. Like, we have to give each other space. Do you know what this guy did? This guy grabbed a knife from the counter and then he came, knelt on my chest. He started stabbing the pillow. So this experience right here really traumatizes me to this day. Because like I can't even watch anything on that level without getting so triggered. Yesterday night I was talking to my sister and she was like, have you heard like there are these teachers, one of them slit his girlfriend's throat open because he thought she was cheating on him. Like anytime my sister sees such stories, she always thinks about me. Like, we can't heal past that because of the experiences I've been through. And mind you, she doesn't even know about this story. She knows of much worse. Like, she was there when everything was falling apart for me. And I'm glad, like, she supported me. Like, if you're listening, sis, like, thank you for this. So anyway, let me get back to the story. Like, it was so traumatic. So after kneeling down and stabbing the pillow in anger, like, that traumatizes me because what if he missed and stabbed me on my face? Like, it really traumatizes me. But then I don't think I've ever shared this with anyone before. I think one of my friends. And then that is 2 months before. So the next day we wake up, we get into an argument. You're in this stage in the relationship whereby you're always arguing day and night. So he goes ahead to punch me in my eye. This guy punches my eye so hard it almost came out. He punched me in my face continuously. This guy abused me to the levels that I don't think I'll ever recover from. Like, I think I just forgot about it, but once I remember it, like, it really cripples me. It really numbs me because, like, I can't heal past that. Like, every time I'm with a man, I always think, like, this man is gonna get violent. This man is gonna get violent. You better not make him angry. You better walk on eggshells. Like, that's what I'm always thinking about, you know? And it's not even healthy. So, yeah, so fast forward. The night before the graduation, the week before the graduation, so he travels. I come back. And at that time, we were living at his place, at his mom's house. So I really didn't want to go back to my family yet. Like, at that time, I really wanted him to go back 2 months earlier so that he can have that space. So that when I come back, things might be a little chilled. But, oh Lord, they even got worse. They got worse. So at this particular day, the night before my graduation was on 13th August 2021. And it was the worst day of my life. He made it the worst day. So on 12th August, like that week, I had been telling him, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I really wanted to make sure, like, everything was set, and I really didn't want to depend on him to make this day good. Like, I thought he would, like, put everything aside because we've been both working towards this degree. Like, I thought he would put everything aside and, like, be cordial, like, just for that day, you know? But, I was wrong. I was dealing with an overgrown toddler, guys. So guess what happened? The night before the graduation, this guy beat me up in front of his family. He beat me up. He came home drunk, got angry over some damn shit, beat the hell out of my face. I couldn't even open my mouth. My jaws were so swollen. All your life, you've been treated like garbage. And then that's another thing. These guys will always treat you like garbage because they know if you realize your worth, you won't be with them. Like, they always hope you'd never realize your worth. I guess in that relationship, I never realized my true worth. I always knew my worth, but I guess I was just stuck because of circumstances or because of something. I don't know what. I think it was just a demonic relationship. I don't understand. And the spiritual whistleblower, the third lady who talks, the third lady who says that make sure you're the ex that your ex can't stand, that your ex always talk trash about. I really agree with that. Trust me, right now, I even told that guy, I'm okay being the villain in your head. Like, I'm so okay being nowadays, I'm so okay being the villain in people's head. I don't even try to work on it. Like, no, if I'm the villain in your head, I'll always be the villain. I won't try. I won't make any effort about it. It's okay. I can just be the villain in your head. It's because they always do all these things, all these smear campaigns, because they can't control you. Guys hate women they can't control, and narcissistic guys for that matter. They hate women they can't control. So they'll smear your name to other people in the hope that those people will see you as he has said, and hopefully believe him, so that, like, they hope you never be happy. They hope, like, they're afraid another guy will see the light in you and will treat you right, like something they can never do. Like, they're afraid of that. And the lady who says, like, do you know how much a man has to hate you for him to, like, come back and interrupt your healing process? That's also very true. Like, these guys always come back with the worst intentions. They never want to help you. They never want to change. They just want to continue with your games while leaving that door open. They always want to have access to you. Like, that's something else I've also learned. And the girl who asked, are you together for the right reasons? Like, most couples are together for the wrong reasons. I never even thought about it like that. Like, you could be together for the wrong reasons. Like, how many relationships right now are people together for the wrong reasons? If you thought about it, like, how many people have you dated for the wrong reasons or been attracted to for the wrong reasons? If you think about it. And it's good to be honest with yourself. Like, it's easier to start over with another person. Like, for me, how I saw it, it was so much easier to start with another person than my ex, because, like, it's so much trauma, it's so much scars, it's so much wounds, so much bad memories. Like, that's not something I want to be. I want to go through again. Do I want to remain cordial because we're, like, tied together for life? Yes, because I have a son with him. I would want my son to have the best relationship, but I doubt that's what he's interested in. I doubt that's what he's interested in. So yeah, be honest with yourself, and then progressing to the next stage of a relationship won't solve your problems. Like there are these couples who have babies when they're like beefing, like they hope that that baby will punch down things or like get married. You see, such rash decisions are really like, and people tend to make emotional decisions. Like you make a decision based on your temporary emotions, a permanent decision based on temporary emotions, instead of making a logical decision. And then some people have a scarcity mindset. Like you always think that, oh, I'm not gonna leave this guy, I won't get another man. Like at some point, we've all been there. We've all had that mindset. Like we've all been there. Like it may be unconscious, but we've all been there. Like a scarcity mindset. But nowadays, like once you realize your worth, once you heal, like you never have a scarcity mindset. Like right now, I really don't care who goes, who stays. Like I realized I'm enough. Like me by myself, I'm so okay. And here in this channel, we always preach like better no man than the wrong man. Don't get entangled with the wrong man. You'd rather have no man, and never let him move in with you. Like it always ends up bad. Never let a guy move in with you. Like why doesn't he have his place? Why aren't you the one moving into his place? Like it always ends up bad. Personally, I've never had a positive story about that. And the lady who says her man downplayed her master's in biology. These guys will always downplay your success, especially if they hate you, and then they'll always give you backhanded compliments like, oh yeah, like they'll never compliment you, like unless it's like sexual. They'll like compliment you something that will lead to like a sexual activity. Like they'll never actually compliment you for your success. And that's another thing. I think as ladies, that's why it's always preached, date up. Because when you date a guy who has nothing to lose, that guy will help you lose everything. He will help you lose everything. So always date up, and not only date up, date generous and kind men. Date kind men. I've realized there are kind men in this world. I've realized there are really kind men in this world. Like the guy I'm dating right now, there are really kind men in this world. And I'm not saying that out of like a whim or something. I've done the work. Like I realized they're really good guys, and they're also good women in this world. Like not everyone is bad. And something else I've learned, if a man is a financial burden, like if a man makes your life harder than it was before, he hates you. Like men come to make your life easier. If a man really likes you, he'll make your life easier. Like these men who make your life harder, they're not straight up with you. They don't tell you if they like you, if they don't. They only like tell you, I'm interested. Like they never show any action. Like those guys are terrible. Like those guys hate you. They want you to be stuck in their crazy, like I don't know what they got going on, but yes, I once had a guy like that. Anyway, and then something else. Someone who has secret animosity towards you is so dangerous, because those guys are always very close to you. Like how many ladies are sleeping with the enemy right now? How many of us have slept with the enemy? Me included. How many of us have slept with the enemy? So many of us have slept with the enemy. But now I think I'm on high vibration, so I tend to recognize bad energy really quick. I tend to notice people who hate me really quick. Like I tend to see you, and I keep my distance. So ladies, don't sleep with the enemy. Get better at identifying these demonic men. And I don't know whether that's the right name to call them. Yes, most men cannot stand to see you up, and most men will also hate you because they couldn't get you or they couldn't control you. They'll hate you. So the other day I was talking to that ex of mine, and he was like, oh, if there's a person I want to see win in this life, it's you. And I laughed it off. I really told him, I don't think so. If you really wanted me to win, you will make my life easier. And then he told me, so you think I want the worst for you? I told him, yes, in fact, much worse. I think you wish me death. I won't lie about that. I think you always wish me death. And he was like, like he couldn't believe that's how I think about it, because that's the truth. Like he couldn't believe I know the truth. And then he started like blame shifting. Oh, you're the narcissist, despite perpetuating narcissistic abuse this whole time. Yeah, you see the gaslighting, the audacity. And nonchalant guys are the worst because you never know what they're really thinking. You never know what he's really into. Like if he wanted, he would. If he wanted, he would. Ladies, if he wants to, he will. Always live by that motto. And most guys will manipulate the vulnerabilities in you. Like you could be successful, you could be that bitch, but trust me, everyone has vulnerabilities. And most guys manipulate those vulnerabilities. And these guys are the type of guys who will never get vulnerable with you. Sorry to say, they never get vulnerable with you. So you wonder how, I don't know what some people are really on. I think some people are on demon time, to be honest. So I think the biggest solution to this problem is to identify what keeps attracting you into that cycle and break free from it. Like identify what's that in your childhood, like associated with your childhood trauma that keeps bringing you back to this situation. Because you'll always meet men that will clip your wings. You'll always meet men that will abuse you. I'm sorry. And it's okay. Like it's okay to accept those people for who they are. It's okay to accept them for who they are. Like personally, I've accepted like my baby daddy is who he is, and I'm not trying to change him. Like I accept like that's the person you are, and I've made peace with that fact. Like that's the person you are. I've already made peace with that fact. So, and I've also made peace with being the villain in his story. Like it's okay. It's okay. You're the only person who knows your truth. So don't even try to explain. Don't even try. People who really know you. And the truth will always come out at the end of the day. Because how do you get better after leaving someone? How do you get better? And the whole time you were so much worse. You were so much drained. You were so much depressed. Like I don't know. But the devil is a liar anyway. And it's crazy because the men that we tend to love the hardest are the men who hate us, who really hate us for real. And they'll always try to humble you sometimes by cheating on you with like a very low grade supply. Like they'll always try to humble you by cheating you with a stray cat. Like they'll always try to humble you in many ways by maybe getting you pregnant, something like that. They always try like to conquer you. Like this man hates you. Trust me, ladies, there are men who will love you, and I want you to believe that today. I want you to believe that you're everything. I don't know, I think this sounds so cliche, but for real, I need you to believe that you're anything, everything, and I need you to like talk to yourself kindly. Be kind to yourself, because if you're not kind to yourself, who will be kind to you? Be kind to yourself. And I love you, ladies, and I want you to believe and to know that you deserve so much better. You deserve so much better than what is like gaslighting you right now, what is like bothering you. Like that is not the man for you. God will not send a man that will mistreat you. That is not the man for you. And maybe that man is keeping you from meeting your husband. Like break it off. Anyway, ladies, I know I talk too much in this video, but I really enjoyed this video. I hope if you stuck this long, I think I should buy you some candy or something. Like that means you're a real one. Anyway, enough of my jokes, ladies. I hope my voiceover wasn't that bad because I'm not using a microphone today, but I really had to get this video out. So ladies, I'll see you in my next video, which is even more interesting. Bye.